This thing is advertised to be able to cook meals within 20 to 30 minutes. And so if this works, that's actually really potent, because this isn't just food. If it can cook your food, it can also boil water, therefore sterilize water, all with what effectively amounts to the power of thin air. So let's come back in a little bit and find out. And now we're on the subject of cooking. Now feels like a pretty good time for the lighter face-off, which is the best lighter in the world. Starting with the permanent match, which is kind of like a half match, half lighter. So it kind of operates like a match. You grab this flint rod, you strike it against the casing, and you try and spark it. It lights, but because this has lighter fluid on the inside and a proper wick, it can stay lit for a really long time. So you can light the match pretty easily, but it's harder to transfer that lit match into a lit fire, because the average piece of wood you're going to find out and about is not readily combustible. So really, in most situations, you'd also have to be carrying around a fire starter too, making it a little less portable. It's an interesting hybrid product, and compared to a cheap $1 lighter, it probably will be more reliable when it gets wet or when it's particularly windy. But then again, there is something just so effortless about the cheap lighter that the permanent match loses. It's actually a little less convenient and would need topping up with lighter fluid pretty regularly, so I'm gonna pass on this one. But let's say we step it up to the $30 mark. We could then get the way cooler sounding plasma arc lighter. Now, plasma lighters have become a whole genre at this point. They use oppositely charged electrodes which create an arc of plasma between them when powered, which is hot enough to set things alight. And the cool thing about that is they don't need any fuel, they just need charge. But the extra cool thing about this plasma lighter is that it also contains pyro putty. This is basically your fire starter. So let's see if it works. Let's dab it on the top there. I will say it does feel like a slight design flaw that the trigger for the plasma lighter is so close to the plasma itself, meaning that you have to get really close to the fire. Now let's see if that's enough to get the whole thing going. As expected, this is currently doing nothing for my waning sensation in my fingers. You know what? It actually works. It's a good enough fire starter that you can be rest assured that the tiny little bit of putty that will fit into the bottom of this one lighter is actually enough to get you going. Okay, but probably the coolest thing is this pyro putty. They're saying that even if you get it wet, you can apparently just strain it. Then what I'm really excited to see is, can we now still light this? If this works, it'll be so impressive. It's definitely a little more resistant to lighting than when it was dry. Okay, it does light, eventually. This is so cool. It's by far my favorite so far. All topped off by the fact that the casing is completely waterproof and glow in the dark too. I can't see it getting much better than this. But then at 3 times that price, we have Zippo's Chad older brother, AKA the Titan Light.